Hello, good morning students. How are you? I hope you may be good. Okay, I am Dr. R.K. Sharma, your physics educator. Alright, so today we are going to take the numericals on the Coulomb's law. In the previous class we took on the quantization of the charge, and today we will continue with the numericals on Coulomb's law. Alright, so what Coulomb's law says? So the topic is numericals on the Coulomb's law. So let me just write the formula used. That is, whenever there were 2-point charges Q1 and Q2, right, separated by a certain distance, then the force between them, either of attraction or repulsion, okay, was given by Coulomb's law. So the force in free space, so F naught, was equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and Q1 Q2 upon R square. Clear? And this constant was having value 9 into 10 to the power 9. So it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space, right? It was having value 9 into 10 to the power 9 and Newton meter square per coulomb square. So I am just writing the formula which we will be using in the numerical problems. Now if these charges are placed in some medium, and whenever there is a medium there will be some dielectric constant of that medium. So therefore we say that is a force in medium, right? Though we derived it actually in the previous lecture, okay, and previous lectures. So it was equal to basically the force in free space upon dielectric constant K. So it was simple relationship between the two forces, that is force in medium and force in free space. So now we should start taking the numerical problems based on the Coulomb's law. Alright, so now let's take the first question. See, the questions are actually very easy, as I am sharing with you again and again. Whenever there is any numerical problem, read the question carefully and note down the data given and the data which is to be calculated. Alright, so then it becomes very easy for us to solve a numerical problem. And you may be knowing, because the charges are there, distance are there, okay. So sometimes they may be given in other units or other system of units, okay. But in all the examinations, including CBSE or the competitive examination, we will be using only the SI system of units. So just let me recall for you, that is the charge units are, of course, this is a coulomb is standard unit of the charge. Sometimes we may be given the charge in millicoulomb, that is small m into c. Millicoulomb means 10 to the minus 3 coulomb. I am telling the conversions. Sometimes the charge may be in terms of microcoulomb, means 10 to the minus 6 coulomb. Sometimes the charge may be in terms of nanocoulomb, that is 10 to the minus 9 coulomb. And sometimes the picocoulomb, okay, so 10 to the minus 12 coulomb. So these are the conversions, okay. If at all any charge is given in this form, either millicoulomb, microcoulomb, nanocoulomb or picocoulomb, accordingly you can convert them, okay. Similarly, the distance may be sometimes in centimeter, millimeter, you can convert it, okay. Alright, so let's start with the first question. Now first question says there are two identical spheres. Suppose the sphere A and there is another sphere B. They are separated by a certain distance, say R. Alright, so we can take, suppose the charge on this is 50 microcoulomb, charge on this is also 50 microcoulomb. They are two identical charge spheres, meaning the metal is the same, the shape is the same, and say the distance is nothing but 50 centimeter. So we will start from the very simpler question, and slowly and gradually we will increase the difficulty level of the questions. So the very first part of this question says, find the mutual force between these two charged spheres. Very simple substitution. But my idea is not to solve this question, okay, in this way. There are certain points which I would like to share with you, okay. All right. So how to solve? So because nothing is given, this is means the two charged spheres are in the vacuum or free space. So we will do the first formula. So that is the force in free space is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, right? And that is Q1 Q2 upon R square. So simply substitute the values. This constant was having value 9 into 10 to the power 9. Charges were having 50 microcoulomb. So micro means 10 to the power minus 6. The other charge is also having 15 to 10 to the power minus 6 upon R square. R is 50, but centimeter. So as you know, the centimeter can be converted if we divide it by 100, that is 10 to the power minus 2. So become meter and square. So we will simplify. So I think we will not waste too much time on solving this. I hope it may come, somewhere around 90 Newton, right? Because what I am supposed to do here to tell you the methods, to share the concepts, okay? This is a pure, mathematics involved, the multiplication, division, okay? So you can go through this. So this was not idea. The basic question is now this, okay? Which type of the questions are asked in competitive examinations? See how question may say now, if charges are doubled and distance is halved, find the new force. So one method is simple. You can simply say, sir, let us make them 100 each because they are becoming twice, and make this distance is half, that is 25. Put the values again, get the answer. Agreed. You will get it. No problem at all. Alright. But you will be engaged in numerical calculations basically. So to avoid it, okay, I will be telling some other method as well, okay, that we should know. So what is that? So when the question says that new charges are being doubled and the distance halved, so assume let the new charge on the first is in the form of dash, that is Q1 dash. So Q1 dash is suppose the twice of Q1, and the Q2 dash means the new charge on the second sphere, it is say twice of Q2, and the new distance is suppose R dash is simply R by 2. So the dash we are considering as the new forms of the charge and the distances. So therefore the new force also we can say F dash is equal to, this constant may be written at times by small k. So that is Q1 dash Q2 dash upon R dash square. Alright, so now let us substitute because we are not knowing the direct values here. So that is K, so Q1 dash is nothing but twice of Q1, Q2 dash is nothing but twice of Q2, right? R dash is nothing but simply R by 2, it is becoming half, okay, but square, okay? So we can simplify, how much you will get? 2 2s are 4, so 4 K Q1 Q2 upon R square and by 4. So this 4 goes up. So you will see 16 K Q1 Q2 upon R square. And this K1 Q2 R square is nothing but basically the original force formula, this much. Meaning thereby it is becoming 16 times of the original force. So that force we know 90, okay. So therefore we get the answer. That is the new force F dash will become now 16 times of original force, okay. So that is 16 into 90. So therefore 1440 Newton. This is the new answer. So in competitive examination you are asked, okay, that is if the charges are doubled, distance halved, what is the new force in general, okay. So the options A, B, C, D may be, it become F by 3, maybe 5F, 20F or the 16F. So correct answer will be 16 times of the original force. Clear? I think quite simple. So this is now the second part. Now there is a third part as well, right? If these charges are immersed in a medium of some dielectric constant, say 18. So the dielectric constant of the medium is represented by capital K and say it is given 18. So he says, question says that if this is being immersed in some medium of dielectric constant 18, find the new force. So naturally, you know, now because the medium is there, so we can apply this. The new force in medium will be the force in free space upon the dielectric constant of that medium, because the charges are same, distance are same. Okay, so this third part is being asked for the original situation, but only thing is it is being immersed in a medium. So therefore you can put it as F double dash, so it will be nothing but original force, right, that is in free space divided by the dielectric constant, and it was originally 90 Newton divided by 18, so this will become 5 Newton. So this way we can solve. So basically it was not the question 1 only, there were 3 parts of it. Okay, the first was simply direct substitution, the second part was little bit modified, and accordingly the third part as well. Okay, so when the system of charges, okay, is immersed some medium, what is the new force if charges are being doubled, tripled, distance is halved, or you know, become, you know, thrice and all. Okay, so what is the new force? Okay, so such type of the questions are being asked in your competitive examination. I think it's clear. Okay, all right, so we will proceed further. Okay, now all the questions which I will be discussing here, please remember they all are either from NCERT or have been asked in your CBSE examination, board examination, or maybe in competitive examination. So I am discussing basically the very important numericals, and you will find, you know, I believe that is I am supposed to give you the concept clarification, right? This mathematical part, that is multiplication, division and all that. Okay, we should not waste too much time. Once you know the concepts very well, okay, so it will be very easy to solve the numerical, right? So I will be discussing the questions in general, right? You can put, you know, certain values. Okay, Q1 is having 10 microcoulomb or 20 microcoulomb or 10 centimeter, this or that. Okay, though I will be putting some values. Okay, but my idea is basically just to give you the concepts. Okay, simple mathematical multiplication, division, etc. you can do yourself also later at home. So I would like to take the question in general to clear the concepts. Now see, question says there are, you know, the two identical charge spheres. Suppose there is charge sphere A and charge sphere B, and let's say each is possessing charge Q. Clear? Now there is a third identical sphere C. Identical means of the same matter, same size, but it is uncharged. There is no charge on this. So please try to understand the question first. Okay, so we are taking the two identical charge spheres A and B having same charges. There is a third identical sphere, okay, C, but uncharged. Now question is, when this uncharged sphere is touched with A or is brought in contact with A, all right, and then it is brought in contact of B, then find the new force between A and B. So the initial condition is, that is the A charge sphere and the B charge sphere are originally, say, placed at a distance r. It was having charge q, then the original force between them will directly be equal to k q1 q2, that k q upon r square. So ordinarily it is k q by r square, meaning this is actually the original force between the two charge spheres A and B. Now when A and B were kept over here, so now the question is, when this third charge uncharged sphere C, which is identical, is touched with A, then or brought in contact with A and then brought in contact with B and removed, find the new force between A and B in the new condition. So what will happen? You will see, when A is here, alright, having charge q, when C is brought in this contact, alright, So please remember, whenever the two metallic body or objects are brought in contact, then the charge on both will be average of the two. Please remember, very important. Whenever the two charged bodies or one charged or another uncharged body are brought in contact, okay, so then the new charge on both will be the average of the two. Meaning this A was having charge Q, but this was having charge 0. So basically the average charge will be how much? 0 plus Q by 2, that is Q by 2. Meaning thereby the A sphere in the new condition, when it is brought in contact with C, will now have only Q by 2 instead of Q. And now this C will also have the same charge, Q by 2. When it is brought in contact of B was having Q charge, but now the C is brought, and now C is not uncharged, it is already now charged because it has been already brought in contact of A. So what will be the new charge on B and C now? It will be again average of the two, meaning thereby the Q was on B and Q by 2 on C, and average of the two. So if we simplify, this will come 3Q by 4. Meaning thereby now the B will have the charge 3Q by 4. So the new charge on B will be 3Q by 4, and even the C is now will have the charge now 3Q by 4 after putting in contact with A and then with B. So the latest or the new charge on C will be 3Q by 4. But question says that this C, which was earlier uncharged, touched initially with A, then touched with initially B and removed. We have to find out the new force between A and B. So after this contact, okay, the A is having new charge as Q by 2, the B is having new charge as 3Q by 4, and of course distance is the same. So therefore you can find out the new force will be KQA dash. That is, QA dash means the new charge on A. Similarly you can put it as QB dash upon R, of course the same. K as it is, QA dash is becoming now Q by 2 instead of Q, and this is becoming 3Q by 4, alright, and of course distance the same. So you are finding it is 3 by 8 K Q square by R square. But you see this one, KQ square by R square, it is the original force. So therefore that is 3/8 of the F. Meaning thereby the new force between the two charge spheres will now be 3/8 of the original after this process. Meaning when uncharged sphere C was brought in contact with A, then with contact B and removed, new force is this. Clear? Alright, so now we can, so this is one complete full-fledged question, so it gets over, right? But with this we can modify and make new more questions. So the next questions will be, if this third now charge sphere is placed at center between the two, so what is the net force at that point? So there are two questions basically. Okay, when this C was touched with A, alright, and then placed at midpoint between the two, find the new force at C. Or maybe when the C was touched with A, then touched with B, and then placed at the center. Alright, so I have two questions basically. One I will solve, the other second you can try yourself at home, as a practice. So what I will take now, so this is a new question basically, that is A was having, so now question I am repeating, what is the new question? Find the new force at, let me draw this, when this C uncharged sphere was touched with A, right, and placed at some C position here, right, after touching with A. Okay, or you can simply say, that is, when we touch with A and touch with B, then place. So after touching, the charge on this was Q by 2, and charge here is 3q by 4. Charge here is 3q by 4. So I am taking this final condition basically, when the C uncharged was touched with A, then touched with B. In this case it was removed, but now the new question says this sphere C is now placed at the midpoint or the center between A and B. So find the new force at this. So we have to find out the force here. Being midpoint, the distance will become r by 2, r by 2. Alright? Please remember, this is very important statement. Please note down. The point where force is to be calculated is either being repelled or attracted by other point charge of that pair. Meaning thereby, suppose we have to find out the force between these two. This is the charge, this charge, okay, no doubt. Both of them are positive. There is a force of repulsion. Now question is, which will repel what? Okay, which point charge will repel which other point charge? So the point where the force is being calculated, that is C. So it should be either repelled or attracted, depend upon the condition. So here is a repulsion condition, meaning thereby the C should be repelled by A. Alright. So meaning the A will be, repelling this C right this way. So meaning thereby there will be a force like this, okay. So you will have a force that is FAC. We will find out because charges we know, distance we know. And what is the force between the two? Right, because sometimes then a student think, sir, this is q by 2, this is 3q by 4, right? So if you calculate it, okay, so it will be how much? It will be somewhere 0.375, 3.5. So probably some student may say, sir, this is greater and this is smaller, so this will repel like this, okay? Now my question is, what will happen in this case? Both are the same in magnitude, okay? So then whether this will repel or this will repel. So therefore, the question of magnitude of the charge is not important. The important is at which point we are finding out the net force. So the very point charge, okay, where the force is to be calculated will be repelled or attracted depend upon the conditions. So if there is a repulsion, it will be repelled, right? If there are similar charges or same nature of charges, and it will be attracted, okay, if it is having the opposite charge. So meaning thereby, because between these two we'll say the force is to be calculated at point C, so therefore we will be repelling this, like this one, okay. So you will be having, that is FBC as well. So one force will be acting this way, other force will be acting this way. We are asked to find the total force or net force at C in this new condition. Are you getting my point? So finally let me repeat once more what is the actual question. Originally A and B were the charged spheres at distance R. Now there was a third sphere, identical sphere C. When that C is touched with A, then touched with B and placed at midpoint between A and B, calculate or find the total force at C. Clear? Alright, so now as I have already explained, the charge on A was q by 2, charge on B and C here in this previous question, okay, I have already explained. So C is having 3q by 4, B is also having 3q by 4, and now there are two pairs of forces, one force between AC and one force between BC. As we have to use a logic, total force is to be given at point C, so this very point should either be repelled or attacked, because now these two being positive charges, force of repulsion, so the C will be repelled by A, and this pair again C will be repelled by B. If they would have been opposite, so then the A may be attracting C also, but in this present scenario the A is repelling C. Anyway, so let's find out what is FAC. So FAC will be equal to the K, that is QA, means charge on this now in new condition, and the charge on C in new condition, and of course distance. Distance is now, of course, the new distance you can put it R dash or maybe simply R by 2 because it is at the midpoint. Alright, K as it is. QA is how much? It is a Q by 2. and C is how much? 3q by 4 divided by r square by 4. Simplify the numerator. So you will be getting 3 by 8 k q square upon r square by 16. Alright, by 16. So therefore how much it is becoming? So it is k q become q square, so 3q square upon r square as it is, okay, right? And so therefore what will happen? Now the 16 will go up, alright, because 3 by 8 was in numerator basically. Let's see like this way, 3 by 8, 2 4s 8, okay. So now simplify. So 3 by 8 is already there, okay. Now kq square upon r square and 16 will move up, clear? So therefore it becomes 6 kq square upon r square, and this is what? This is the original force. So therefore 6 of F. Is it correct? Clear? So the charge on this is this, okay. So this is the 3 by 8, okay, and oh, why it is only 4, sorry, it is 4, and if it is 4, so basically yes, so this 4 goes up, so that is 2, yeah, sorry, is already 4, okay. So therefore this becomes 3 by 2, actually is becoming 3 by 2. So it is becoming 1.5 into original force F. Alright, so this is basically the net force, okay. Net means that is a force between these two at C, which is pointing from A to C. Now let us find out the force between BC. Alright, so that is FBC will be equal to what? K. Now the new charge on B, the new charge on C, and of course distance is nothing but r by 2 whole square, okay. So now this is K, both the charges are 3q by 4 and this is also 3q by 4, clear? And of course this is a r square by 4. So the new will be the 9 by 16, and of course kq square upon what? That is r square, and by 4. So basically 4 even here itself we can cancel, okay. So this become basically 9 by 4 of original F, and that is 2.25 of F. What is F actually? The very original force between A and B. Alright, so as I was sharing with you, I am basically trying to clarify the concepts of how to proceed. The numerical values are immaterial once you know the logic. Fine. So I am getting the one force AC which is acting this way, only 1.5 of original force, and BC I am getting this way, right, that is 2.25. And since we know the two forces are in opposite direction, so therefore resultant will be the difference of the two, that is greater minus smaller force. Alright, so the final force will be, just now let us complete it, okay. So because the BC is coming greater, so therefore the F net at C will be equal to FBC minus of FAC. So this is 2.25 of F minus of 1.5 F. So therefore this may come as 0.75 of F, okay. So if the original values were given to us earlier, okay, that is charges we know, right, of the two spheres and distance, so then we could have find out the value also, and the same value we can substitute here, okay. So it's all very, very important actually, and I have covered number of concepts with this. I think you may be understanding very well. Is it so? Yes. So good question it was. All right. Now, so I just took this, and as I was sharing earlier, that is when you touch this C uncharged sphere with A and then place at C here, find the new force. So that question you can try yourself at home. That's for homework. Please go ahead. Okay. Now